play Code Wars. So this kata, which is a level at Code Wars, is called vowel counts. And the instructions are like so. Return the number, so the count, of vowels in a given string. We will consider A, E, I, O, U as vowels in this kata, but not Y. Why is that? The input string will only consist of lowercase letters and or spaces. Okay, so let's see if we are provided with the string abracadabra. It should read 5. Well, it doesn't have the Y in it, so it doesn't have the special case here, but let's see what we can do. So we already have the vowel counts provided to us, and then we would return the molus counts. But actually, I think I'm going to go with the reduce style. So reducing is kind of iterating over a value and kind of mutating or raising the value with each and every item in the list until we get to the end of the list. So let's see how it would look like. You can always switch between reduce and a for loop, but they are kind of isomorphic in a sense that you could implement the same things with either of them. But I think since reduce is kind of really specific way of folding over a list, it's better suited in this kind of scenario when especially if you think of strings as a list of characters. Right, so let's get to it. So we are provided with the string, so I'm just going to return immediately. So let's return the string, and we'll split it with an empty string to get the characters out as an array. And then we're going to reduce. And the reduce will get the number of vowels as a first argument. Vowels. And then we have the current item. And the initial value will be 0. So that's the second argument. The first argument will be the callback that's called once for each and every item in the array. And this will be the accumulator that we are going to accumulate. So the return value of the previous iteration will be the next iteration's number of vowels here. So we're going to check if the current is inside a list of these strings or these characters. So let's call it, well, I feel bad for calling this a list of vowels, but since it's part of the assignments, I think I'm going to be ignoring my all of my senses for now, because it doesn't have the Y in it. So it's not exactly a list of vowels, but in this context it is. So let's call it a business rule and carry on. So we can ask from that list of vowels if it includes the current character, right? And if it does, then we increment the number of vowels by 1, right? And if it doesn't, we just return the number of vowels. Okay, I think we're there. Let's test it out. Yay! So we passed the initial sample test. So let's attempt. And yeah, seems like we passed all the tests. So let's submit and let's look at how others have solved the same question or same assignment. Okay, come on. The red guy is running for its life. Okay, here we are. So, regular expressions. Why am I not surprised? So, excuse me. The gist of every code base is that it needs to have some kind of regular expression matching going on. So in this case, we are matching the string for these vowels, and since it's I think, case insensitive, and G was for global, so it will fetch all the matches for that for any of these characters. But the thing is that if the string doesn't have any of those characters, then it will return null, as a good programming language does. So therefore we have this or that if the return value of this is null, then it will swap it to an empty array. And since empty array and the regular expression match both have dot length, then it is convenient to get length of either one of those. Okay, and here's the for loop equivalent. Well, it's kind of, sort of, but this is kind of a really straightforward answer, procedural, if you may. So we have one for loop that's looping for all of the characters in the string, right? And then we have a nested for loop that's looping for all the vowels. And then we are doing a check inside, and then we're incrementing. So we are mutating the vowels count variable each and every loop if it matches, and then we return the vowels count. Really straightforward, but I think if you have a language that provides some of these methods or some of these convenience methods for you to use, then it would be good to use them, right? So this is pretty ES5 or ES4 kind of stuff you're doing here, because you're checking for just equality instead of using the new methods like includes. Well, index of was already in the old JavaScript versions, though, but let's not go there. So is there anything else? Well, we have a similar filter, but this is checking both the uppercase characters and lowercase characters. I guess the instructions said that it's not case sensitive, but I might be wrong. The test passed, so let's see if there's anything else. Oh, here's a longer way of saying that if it's one of the what? Sorry, what? How? So this is like I wonder if the author here knows what they are doing, because I think this works by accident. So this is not or, like the Boolean or. This is the or as in bitwise or. So because JavaScript is such a nice language, it kind of works, but not the way that you would intend it to. So just to give you an example, if you do true or false, right, then it's true. But if you swap this to just to be one pipe, then it's 1. Why? Because of the typecasting features of JavaScript. So this is typecasted to 1, and this is typecasted to 0. So it's actually this. So all the booleans are typecasted into integers, and then you are doing the bitwise OR to get 1 or 0 out in the end. So that's a really weird way of doing Boolean checks. So it works by accident. So so the intentions I bet were right, but the implementation was just terrible for this. Okay. Thanks for listening and happy coding.